Hello, everyone. And like we have discussed that we are moving towards the cloud computing environment. And if you have seen up to now, whatever we are doing, either it's regarding the data engineering or the shell scripting or even the dashboard development and some part of the machine learning, it's all consolidating towards the cloud environment because our end goal is to build the capabilities of any organization which won't face limitation in term of resources, in term of the technology capabilities, which obviously we can achieve through the digital or latest cloud platform, which are now available to almost everyone. And you can spin up your infrastructure, or you can spin up all the services within minutes. That's how quick it is. So the days are gone where if you need a new infrastructure, you need to order the equipment, and then you wait for the shipment, and then it comes, and the infrastructure team assemble it, and then it start operationalize the strategy or the requirement. Now the whole thing is more like couple of clicks, and your server is up and running, and you can literally deploy your application or deploy your solution, and they start serving the organization. That's how quick it is. And the same way you can scale up and down using the best cloud technologies which are available in the market. So like you have already seen, we are continuing our journey in the Azure side. But what I'm gonna do, because in the last couple of months I focus on AWS as well, so I just want to share my knowledge and learning with you, because AWS is a very strong cloud player in the market, and I'm using AWS since 2015, let me put this way, where we have utilized EC2 instances a lot, but obviously, and later on we utilize the couple of additional integrations, as well as the RDS services, obviously for the database. But now, if you look at the not only the database services as well as the analytical services which AWS is providing, is way more than anyone can expect. So it's quite a big volume that we are trying to cover. But let's start and take our first step and see what AWS is. So what I'm going to do now, let's jump into our dev environment. Let me open another browser. If let me see if I have another one. Yeah, I have the Firefox available. And I'm just going to show you how you can start your journey and how easy it is to start with AWS in just couple of minutes. So I'm only waiting for it to be up and running. All right, so we are now in here. Let me just go AWS dot Amazon. Yeah. All right. So now, obviously, if you want to start with any cloud provider, you need to create an account. So I'm just going and I'm asking, okay, I'm just going to create my account with AWS. Obviously, it will ask your root username, email address, and or if you have the existing one, you can use it. Right. So let me just put some random one. My AWS user root account at simple.com, right? And I can leave it as it is. So you can see it has it has sent an email address email to my email address, and it has the instruction Now if it's a real address, I can go in and I can start, registering my account. That's how simple it is. So that's how you can do it. Couple of things that you never ever use your root account for any purposes. Root account is actually to get you started with AWS, but or Azure or even GCP. Once you create your root account, just get the keys, because every account has keys associated that you can download, or you can order from AWS if you want the physical medium, and keep it those key in secure custody. Because if you lose if you forgot your password of your root account, these keys can help you, to recover the account. But if you lost these keys, there's no way that AWS is going to let you recover your account. And like the professional mentioned, that never ever lose the this or compromise the security of root account. Literally, business went shut down just because they ignored the security risk, right? So the very first step, as soon as you create your root account, that account is going to be the center point for your organization to interact with the cloud provider. Now let me just close it off, just minimize it, because I just want to simple. At the moment, just for the demo purposes, I'm logged in using my root account. But what I'm going to do as a first step, I'm just going to create the user account, which we're gonna use to do all the administration, or management. I'm gonna assign all the powers to this account, and I'll keep my root account logged off all the time, so nobody can even touch my root account. So that's the significance of using root account. All right, so what I'm going to do now, let me just create a new user. And in order to create a new user, we need to just, click on IAM. IAM is Identity and Access Management Services. And you're going to see these terms used across multiple cloud environment. So you don't need to worry about, learning. You learn one concept, and it's very rarely that the concept is completely different into another cloud environment. You can reuse the concept over there as well. And that's why I emphasize on learning Bash, because all the cloud providers, they are providing their CLIs or command line interface in Bash as well, or Python as well. If you are familiar with Bash or Python or .NET, you have a very strong capability to build the command line, or the command line administrative capabilities, which obviously it can happen through the front end, but obviously the GUI is not available all the time. And obviously, like we have seen, the command line always provide you more and more power compared to graphical user interface. And in this case, if I just show it to you, I've already installed AWS. So what I'm going to show you in here, let me just show you the AWS CLI version. You can see that's the indication, because it's the CLI is returning me the version name of the AWS. Now I'm going to create my user account. Let me quickly go back to my dev machine. I just want to do one thing, and then I'll switch the screen back into the dev environment. All right, now you can see we have already, as soon as I click on identity and access management, each service has a dashboard which shows you the summary of that service. But then you have all the option categorized under major categories, and then obviously we have the relevant service which is grouped under the similar category. So in the access management, we can see we have the groups and we have the user. Like you can see, I've already created one user group that is called super user. That means it has all the permission, it has everything. So that user can literally equivalent to my root user, but the only thing, root user is the way to communicate with AWS. So if that I lost or something happened with that user, I simply delete it and create a new user, right? But if I lose my root account, my whole account is gonna go away. So that's the main difference between root user and the administrative user. Now let me quickly go to the user because we are going to create a user. So, and let me hit the add user. Obviously, it's going to ask the username. I'm just type my username, my first and the last initial, and I'm going to generate the access key because if you remember, we need this access key and secret key to communicate from other software or APIs back to our AWS services. So that's where we need to. So you can see AWS API, CLI, SDK. They all need these keys to establish the connection or the channel between your application and the AWS. And obviously, I'm going to use my password as well. I'm happy to let AWS generate my password, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask to reset this password once I logged in. So you can see required reset password is checked. Now let me go go to the permission page. The next step is permission, and I'm going to allocate. I'm going to allow this user to be part of super user, and super user has the administrative access. So now you can see why I'm saying that my super user have all the permissions. So now this guy. He can do everything, and that's more like the administrative account that I can use to perform the administrative task, right? So I'm not going to discuss the set permission boundary in this video. So let's keep it simple. I'm not going to create because we already have a group. And now I'm going to click on tag. Tag are the very important topic because it's not like you only have the one set of user. It's more like you have a full world in the cloud environment. So these tags really help you manage those, right? So I'm going to assign the ID as dev, and I'm going to say the entity type. I'm going to call them users, right? And we can define or we can define more tags as well, but let's keep it to in here. And then the last thing, it's going to show me all the summary. I have the manage policy that the user change. It's going to change the account, sorry, password in the once it's log on for the first time. I'm going to discuss the policies in a separate video, but let's keep these two things open on different tab. So now I'm all good. There is no error. Let me just hit create user, and it's gonna start creating the user process, and we are done. That's pretty quick, right? It's really great to have this now ready for us to use. So it can even show you the login. If you want, we can click on that to send the email to the user, and then the relevant user, whatever email is associated with that account, this guy is going to get the email, and he can start working on the instruction, right? I can see the password and I can share the password, but that's not the best practice. One more thing, that's the chance for you to download this access key and secret key in the CSV format. You can keep and you can share it with the user if user want to use these keys to build any sort of integration or any sort of services. You can see as soon as I click on email, send an email instruction, it has started the default email application, which I'm not going to do because I haven't configured it. So that's a simple way to create the user from the front end. In the next video, we're going to do the similar thing, but we are going to use the command line. So hopefully you understand the user creation process. Stay tuned. We have a lot of interesting things to do in the AWS cloud environment, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.